had a bit of a hiccup there with scheduling this thing. I had it scheduled, I had it set for 10 o'clock tonight, as it should be, and went to go start the stream, and it said it was scheduled for like December 31st, 1969. What? Oh, hey guys. So I don't know if you guys saw it was scheduled, but for some reason it just did not work. So I apologize in advance. But welcome to 1969. Yeah. Anyway, got a new iPad. Got the new iPad Pro, 12.9 inch. It's huge. So now I can actually check Messenger and check other things, look things up while you guys are talking to me. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Star Trek day. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of things were shown and talked about today during the live stream for Star Trek Day. So we're going to talk about some of those things. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to break down, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. We got Prodigy news, we got Lower Decks news, we got season 3 Picard stuff. So much goodness. And a new show, well, a new podcast by Nicholas Meyer. It's like a mini series called City Alpha 5, talking about the 15 years that Khan was on City Alpha 5. But it's in a podcast format, so there's a lot to discuss. So anything happened lately? A lot's happened. Doc says, if I knew you needed an iPad, I would have gotten you one. Now you tell me. I've complained about my other iPad quite a few times during these lives, so, but thank you, Doc. Look at it, so big. Anthony Triana, I feel like Star Trek Day on Paramount Plus was a hodgepodge, really disorganized and pretty disappointing. It was a waste of my time. It really was. A lot of the live segments were cringy. I just wanted to get to the content, and the DJ guy was like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, why is this even a thing? There were some good moments, of course, sprinkled throughout, but yeah, I mean, the biggest reveal was the Picard season 3 trailer, I think, and the fact that Lower Decks Prodigy is starting on October 27th, so right after Lower Decks. So we'll get the second half of Prodigy season 1, and yeah, excited for that. Also, I think Picard season 3 is February 16th, so there's that as well. Lots of stuff. I also do want to make a correction. When we did our live earlier talking about the Picard season 3 trailer, we're talking about the Titan, the new Titan, the Titan A, and it was suggested it had phaser strips. We took a zoomed in look, but the quality of the trailer wasn't that super great. So I said it did not. I've since been told by somebody close to the production, very close to the production, that does in fact have phaser strips. So there you go. Phaser strips for the win. Captain Casey Stewart. Hey, Cap, was that an Excelsior class in the Lower Decks episode? Yes, it was actually the USS Hood, which is the exact same ship we saw in TNG. So, yes. Doc McGillicuddy says, do you need an Apple laptop? Yes, we were going to actually buy one for Sylvia. There's a sale on right now at Best Buy, and we're going to get it, but her financing that she wanted to do for it didn't go through. So it's funny you should ask. Yes? But yeah. Fleetpaw, member for 30 months at the rank of captain, so thank you, Fleetpaw. It's Star Trek Day. It's also my birthday. It's the best day of the year. LOL. Keep up, or a good episode tonight, but not the strongest. How are y'all, Trekyardians? Yeah, I hope everybody is well as well. Happy birthday, Fleetpaw. I'm not going to hope you had a day of putting out fires like some other people. That was kind of rude. But anyway, hopefully you had a good day. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but I kind of lost it. I'm sure it'll come back to me. Samuel shared this on Facebook. Thank you. Doc McGee collecting member for 5 months at the rank of captain. Says happy birthday, Swiftback. Mark, member for 26 months at the rank of commander. Thank you, Commander. Says I'll have to ramp myself up for Prodigy again. I know they've really kind of shot themselves in the foot with the way they released that. Doc, wow. How do I get in touch with you? How do I send you that information? Wow, that's amazing. Area 51, the USS Hood managed to survive the war, huh? How old is that thing? I don't know. It's a tough ship, for sure. Mark says, so now I wonder what happened to Captain DeSoto. Oh, that was it. That was the thing. Yeah. Yes, there was an episode of Lower Decks today. Usually this is the first reaction to the Lower Decks episode, which in this case was Mining the Mind of Minds. I forget the exact title. Anyway, we did our review on it and stuff, and then honestly, Star Trek Day blew us out of the water with so much stuff that we just decided to do a first reaction tonight. I'll do a discussion on the episode of Lower Decks maybe tomorrow night. Actually, can't tomorrow night. Shit. Maybe on the weekend sometime. But tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is still our regular review. So join us for that. Vile Mike is here. How's it going? Doc says I'll email Trekyards email. Thank you, Doc. Rutherford has sexy dreams of the engineer warp drive in the galaxy. At least we're getting an episode for Lieutenant Ortega's this next season. Mining the Mind's Mine. That's it. Thank you, Fleetpaw. That's the name of the episode. Anthony Triana, I've always wanted to know about your schematics in the background. Where can I get these schematics? Well, I've got them from various sources over the years. Some of them are screensavers. Some of them are flash animations. Some are just videos that I converted the screensavers and the flash animations to videos, and then I have them in a playlist. This one is actually a screensaver, but yeah, can't remember what it's called. It's BD. It's called BD 1701. Anyway, yeah, I don't think you can get it anymore because it's a flash animation based screensaver. And as we all know, like flash animations apparently doesn't work anymore. This one works for some reason. Works on this computer, but not the one downstairs. So I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I have them all in a playlist. Samuel says, did you know that the USS Titan shuttles are named after jazz musicians? No, I don't even believe you for a second. Did you know that the Titan shuttles were named after jazz musicians? Shut up, Sam. Fleetpod, $2. Jazz musicians, you say. Samuel, no way, really? Yeah. I am drinking tonight as well, guys. I'm having some Rickard's Red, one of my favorite beers. It's in the can, unfortunately, and I didn't have the patience to go get a glass. So, cheers. I will have a drink for each and every super chat out there. Not a band account. Sorry to hear about your queen. She'll be missed. She's not my queen, man. She will be missed. It's sad news for sure, but honestly, it doesn't affect us really at all. So, but yeah, it's a sad day for sure. No bloody B, C, D, or E, only A. I. Peter says, too drunk to pay attention to the episode, lol. Was there cool shit happened? Yes, you got to saw Jennifer in a bikini. And Dorian bikini. A is for awesome, like Stuart. T is for Titan, which is awesome, better with A. A? So is it with the A? Yes, it is, unfortunately. I was sure it wouldn't be, and then yeah, Terry Metalis tweeted that it was the Titan A, and I'm like, for fuck's sakes, man, dude, it shouldn't be, but whatever. That was a little disappointing. There's probably a really good explanation for it. So, anyway. Fleet Pod says, we saw an Excelsior class old school version. Sparktastic just finished Lower Decks episode 3. Love the Brahms cameo. Star Trek Day plus D23 this weekend. Great time to be alive. Power 543 Fan Films, which is Samuel, says, no shots of the A registry. I kind of wish they had a close-up of the saucer to really sell it. I totally agree. Doc says there's a new king in Canada. He's 5'2" 290 pounds, and he only eats fried bread and candy. What? I'm the king? Not a bad account. $2. Trekyards should make a future Enterprise G. It would have super stealth technology. We would call it the USS Enterprise G Spot. It'd be very hard for a lot of people to find. Maybe it's implying that Riker in Lower Decks season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has epic adventures. I wouldn't be surprised. Peter Lukaku, $10. Titan or tight end? Ha 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 ha. A lot of people have been saying, oh my god, it's it looks like the Shangri-La, Bill Cross's Shangri-La. I hope he's getting a royalty check. It is the Shangri-La. Almost exactly. And Bill's working for the production, so yes, Bill's getting paid. But it's good to see somebody like Bill, who's creative and just pumping out stuff for years, finally get, it represented on screen. That's awesome. Good, congratulations to Bill. Hung F are cooler. Hey Captain, I named my new ship in Star Trek Online after you. It is a second class cruiser, and I'm planning to give it my own fan fiction background. You named it the Foley? Or did you name it the Trekyards? That's cool, thank you. What is it with every ship getting a letter now? I know. It's not how it should be. Vile Mike, should only the Big E have a letter addendum to the registry? Yes, for a while. It got it because it was the flagship, and the Enterprise had so many iconic missions and adventures that, it became the flagship. It survived the 5-year mission. It was one of the only Constitution class of the original 12 to return from its 5-year mission. That's why Starfleet adopted the Delta to be fleet-wide, and that's why the Enterprise was the first one to get the refit. So, yeah, I mean, if a ship does something important, like we see the Enterprise or the Voyager J in Discovery in the 32nd century, but I mean, Voyager did something pretty spectacular to be thrown into the Delta Quadrant and get back, so it kind of deserves that, legacy. So not every ship gets it, just important ones with histories. You're not 5'2" and fat, lol. Or ha 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 ha. No, I'm 5'10", and I am fat, for the record. I would love to see more of the Ares class from Axanar. That is just a really nice ship. Power, or Samuel says, can you also just say thank you to everyone who has who has meant that our first reaction is at 7,260 views in 5. Oh, so thank you to everyone watching that. Yeah, a lot of people have watched it. And that's all I'll say about that. I've had an interesting evening. But anyway, thank you to everybody. That is awesome. Too bad I make 2 mistakes in it. Saying it's not the A, that gets corrected during the live, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then at the end, it's like, no, those aren't phaser strips. If you zoom in, they're just cutouts in the hull. It looks like a phaser strip. They're phaser strips. So, again, I can admit when I'm wrong, so. Should have episodes on existing starships, but retrograded in their vision of what the design should look like. That'd be cool, actually. Redesign the ships how we think they should look. So the USS Center Chief Engineer Officer is a King Philip. Olivia says, oh, I'm here, stop worrying. I didn't even know you were gone. Let's see. Jonathan, they actually had a Star Trek actor interviewing this year. Would have been nice if they did tributes to all Star Trek like last year and brought back the orchestra. Yeah, this year was pretty jam-packed, actually. They had a lot of stuff. They had a lot of fluff that they didn't need, but they had the Picard stuff, they had the Prodigy, they had Lord X, they had Strange New Worlds, they had the toy display, they had Nicholas Meyer come out and talk about SETI Alpha 5 podcast. They had a bunch of stuff. Better than a lot of other years, in my opinion. Let me just actually fix this. I'm going to change it to something else. Here we go. I'm still here, I promise. So guys, if you want to super chat, I would really appreciate that. Please hit that like button. We have 53 people watching with 26 likes. Let's try to get up to 50 likes. Hit it. Hit the like button. And please super chat. Would really appreciate those. Today, of all days, it's Star Trek Day, man. Okay, well, what is happening here? Oh my god. This laptop is old as shit as well, by the way. It's a Lenovo 17-inch laptop, but just slow. I've reinstalled the software on it, and it's just, ugh. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. We'll just do a refresh of that. We'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Peter Lukaku, $10. How was London Comic Con? I have no idea. It's not this weekend. It's the weekend after. It's the 17th and the 18th of September. So I have no idea. I don't have a time machine. Hopefully it's good though, because I am hosting the Robert Picardo panel, which is cool. And I gotta say, a little nerve-wracking. Kung F. R. Cooler. You find yourself at a Star Trek shipyard and you're given the choice of a new starship. What ship do you pick, and what does the particular ship mean to you? It would be the Galaxy class. The thing is luxurious, comfortable, powerful, beautiful, majestic. And you got holodecks, so you can go on any other ship you really want. So it's kind of a win-win in that way. Yeah, this thing's making me rage page a little bit. Let's see. Doc McGillicuddy, $5. To Infinity and Beyond, William Riker, 2309. James McGill, $2. Of all Star Trek characters, who's been captured the most? Geordi. It could be Geordi. Well, I don't know. That's going on here with this, but that's okay. Mario, there was one point where Archer was being captured every week. Archer needed an ankle monitor. Actually, you're right, yeah. Archer was pretty bad for that. Take it out and smack it. Does the laptop or Windows 10 suck? Maybe both. It's a few years old, quite a few years old, but yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to deal with that right now. You hear Precious snoring back here? We do have a new pug puppy, by the way, guys. We're probably naming her Lola or Lily. We're not sure yet. But she's 6 months old. We just got her on Saturday, and she's still not used to everything in the house. She's actually downstairs with Sylvia tonight, so... Complete pass, so I have to pick the Sovereign class. It's still luxurious. Not, though. But she can hang in a fight longer. Stop pissing people off. She's still got sciencey stuff, but she could kick anyone's ass and not break a sweat. Yeah, but... did I want to do that? Sorry, guys. This just bothers me. I need to have something on the screen there. So... I'll just fire up that screensaver again and be done with it. I was going to do some other ones, but Doc says, my wife is snoring right next to me. She's my precious. Galaxy is better looking than Sovereign any day. Misha says, good evening. I gave up trying to super chat. I've been at it for 10 minutes without luck. Well, that sucks. Yeah, this... So that screensaver is called BD underscore NCC -1701-A. And it's version 1.34. I don't know if that helps anybody, but there you go. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of great news happening. The Sovereign showing up, the Wayfarer, in Lower Decks is going to be cool. That's in the continuation of their movie, and I think that's cool actually because I thought about it. This is like the sequel to the movie that was in the other season, because it's in widescreen and stuff. So it'd be cool if they're actually giving us a Lower Decks movie without giving us a Lower Decks movie. They're just doing like an episode per season that eventually you just stitch together into a Lower Decks movie. How cool would that be? Everybody's more actiony, everybody's more, you know, impressive, and it's just so much cooler. So that'd be kind of neat if that's what Mike and crew are doing for that. So guys, if there's anything you guys want to talk about from Star Trek Day to Day, let me know, please, for the love of God. Put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. What is Samuel saying? love that we're getting the second movie so soon. Super fancy, and that's a max 7 weeks at max 7 weeks away. Yes, but wouldn't it be cool if they do one every season now, one episode, and you just at the end of the series you can stitch them all together and have like a super cool lower decks movie, dude? That'd be awesome. Um, but yeah. Has the ship ever has the ship ever been a ship called Ticonderoga? Has there ever been a ship called Ticonderoga? Yes. Yes. Not in canon, I don't believe. And if it was just like a name on a computer screen or something. But yes, the Ticonderoga has been used for ships for books and other things. See, I was like, then give us a real movie. Depends if it's a sequel to the vibe that Mariners was, or a hard reset of to Boimler Hero. More like giving each character an epic movie from their perspective. And then a live action movie after that. That'd be cool. Yeah, what did you guys think of the Picard Season 3 trailer? We got some new ships. We got to see the new Shangri-La, or the new Titan A. Don't know what kind of class it is. But it was very cool. And if you follow Bill Krause at all on Twitter, if you go to his Twitter, there is the original Shangri-La model, and then the new one that he made right beside it. Slight little changes, but when they're side by side, it's quite noticeable. So I would suggest checking out Bill Krause on Twitter. He also goes by Admiral Buck. I think that's his actual name on Twitter, Admiral Buck. But he does some really fine work, and he's worth a follow. We have done a few videos on his ship designs. One of them was actually with him joining us as a guest, and that was the Shangri-La video. And so if you guys want to check that out, just type in Trekyards Shangri-La, you'll find it, and it's a fun episode. It was fun to have him on. So I've known Bill for years. I've known him for at least 7 years, 6 or 7 years. Almost as long as Trekyards has been around. So it's good to see that he's, in a good place and getting recognized for the work he does. So Samuel, stop talking about the shuttles. Bill is literally a model-making genius. Yes, he is. Actually, he is, yeah. Not only that, but I think design-wise, he has some very cool ideas. So, Fleet Boss said, I liked the Picard trailer until the Titan A ship. Until the Titan A. Ship was great. Love Bill's work, but the A annoys me. Yeah, but you don't see the A on it. So, we only found that out through Terry on Twitter. So, it's like, okay, well, there's going to be an explanation. As we've said, either the Titan gets destroyed or it gets decommissioned and they just transfer the name over. Could she have been renamed the A because of Riker? Possibly. He's still alive, so thank you, Fleetpaw. There's the Shangri-La video right there. Open it in a new tab. Check it out after this. SC Scout Guy, Stuart, do you think they will have any sort of mention of the new Titan saucer being sort of a throwback? Oh man, I wish I could say. They've moved away from the more angular designs of newer Trek. Once you got the Sovereign, things kind of got pointy and drawn out. I think they're just moving back and stepping back to a more classic design aesthetic. Will they mention it? Probably. There'll probably be a line of dialogue like, gotta love the old design style. Yeah, retro's cool now or something. They're going to say something silly like that, I think. Sparktastic was hoping for the official announcement of the fourth Kelvin timeline movie. A lot of people in the chat, the live chat before the live started, were saying the same thing, and I'm like, you guys aren't getting that. Just stop asking. It's not a thing that's going to happen anytime soon, if ever. It's great to be optimistic and be hopeful of that, but yeah, you're not getting it. So thanks for coming out. Oh man. Uh, if she was modernized mothballer, then I can accept the saucer. Doc says the Titan ended up being a love barge. All the sex he had on the ship, they had to reclass it after all the protein they had to clean up. Loads and loads of it. That is really gross, Doc. What the hell, man? Ooh. Samuel says various type of ship designs. Used to be several designers on ships, then it was singularly John Eves. Now it looks like they want a more diverse fleet. Yes. Well, I can tell you for a fact that, yes, the Titan A is designed by Bill. There's going to be at least one other ship design that you're going to see, which is a really cool design, actually, that is also designed by Bill in season 3. I can say that, but I can't tell you what it is, even though I know what it is. So it's frustrating. That's okay, Rachel. Don't worry about being late. Let's see. Rachel's asking Samuel, how long till the Stargate Star Trek crossover fan film? SC Scout Guy said it would be cool if it was an actual saucer from a mothballed ship that they used to help rebuild the fleet after War of the Dominion. That would be cool. John says, convinced now that the Luna class blew up with Mars, and the Titan we see in the trailer is a recommissioned ship that was named Titan before Riker's command. I don't think so. Mark Lawrence throws in $5. Thank you so much, Mark. That ship in Picard Season 3 preview looked like it could have been an alternate Enterprise 1701B design. Well, it's not. But it could have been, yes. It definitely has that look to it. And I think we were fairly positive in our assessment of the ship. We liked the ship. We liked the design. Some people might have got the wrong impression from our live earlier that thinks we don't like it. That's not true. We do. But anyway, yeah. Season 3 is going to be fantastic. It's going to be off the chain, as I've been saying for months and months and months. And, now it's starting to show. I have some reservations, though. The very, very dark lighting in those scenes was atrocious. Just got to say. The fact that there's a building that gets exploded looks like maybe a museum of sorts. It's got the old style Delta on it. And it's got a Strange New World shuttle parked outside. If it's a museum, if it's not, if it's something in the past, I don't know. But that getting like destroyed from underneath and kind of sucked into the ground felt very terrorist-like a terrorist attack, which I hate. I don't want the darkness of New Trek to continue. So I mean, there's that. There's also the Raffi is going to be exploring the seedy criminal underbelly. So whatever. It's like, I have a feeling they maybe have her on contract and just are trying to get her out of the way, doing her side mission thing, while they have the TNG crew work together. Because I really don't care about Raffi, honestly, but I don't want to see the criminal underbelly of, like, it's not what I want to see. Not in this show, anyway. Sturm von Elk says, "Will anxiously await your review of the upcoming Playmobil Bird of Prey." I've seen one or two pictures of it, and I don't know. We'll see. What was with those Romulan triplets on that Valdol class Warbird in the Lower Decks trailer? Oh, that wasn't a Valdor class. That was like a concept Valdor class that now they're using in Lower Decks, which is cool. And I don't know what's up with the triplets, but I approve. It's not really triplets. There's like 3 pairs. So, a sextuplet? Maybe. Trek or not, which is weird since there's almost no atmosphere to fuel a fire, the plasma would burn out as the plasma reaction is difficult to stabilize and contain. Yes, but you don't know what kind of chemicals or what's in the atmosphere of Mars. Now that it is Utopia Planitia, they could be pumping out things that can catch and sustain fire or high temperature burns. SC Scout Guy, you know, if I was a Starfleet officer who went to the Academy and served decades to make commander, I would be pretty pissed if I saw Seven just be promoted to commander like that. Really? Would you? What about this, 5 years she served on Voyager with Starfleet, saving Starfleet's ass, knowing more than most Starfleet officers, serving side by side with Starfleet? I think she would just get some kind of special dispensation when she joined, like a time served kind of thing. I think she's earned it, personally, but that's just me. Grant McGregor, $5. Just got back home, and so everything is on mute, so no spoilers. I just want to say, if I miss you live, the green ball reminds me of Heavy Metal's orb. Oh, the green balls, the psychic minds, or the fantasy globes, or whatever they were called in this episode of Lower Decks. Yeah, we're not talking about Lower Decks, unfortunately. Fine episode, but I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. You need to comment what you want me to talk about so I can talk about it. So just let me know. And super chat, guys. Hit that like button also. We're not at 50 likes yet. We're 7 away from 50. So if you can hit that like button, please do so. Keep the super chats coming, though. Would really appreciate it. It's been a busy day. Doc says, I'm going to go watch the Trek Day video. Do it. Most of it's worth it. Okay, I'll take that back. Some of it's worth it. A lot of it isn't. You be the judge as to which you think I'm talking about. Fleet Pass says, I wouldn't. She's got the same amount of knowledge as those officers who went to the Academy, plus all the stuff she assimilated while she was a drone. Keep in mind, she knew about Omega. Yes. Sturm von Alk, 7 of 9, gets a field commission to commander, while poor Harry Kim is probably still an ensign. Oh, speaking of STO, Rachel says my STO tune Ursa would also be pissed as well. Speaking of Star Trek Online, there was a Star Trek Online announcement. They have Will Wheaton coming back to play Wesley Crusher. But Emperor Crusher from a Mirror Universe, or from the Mirror Universe. So you got Wesley as the Terran Empire, or the Terran Emperor. It's like, what did I just hear? So I don't know what I feel about that. And then when they mentioned video games, I was like, yes, we're going to hear about Resurgence. Not a word. At least I didn't hear any word about Resurgence. Where's Resurgence, guys? Give us the games. Have you given your thoughts on the Nerf phaser set yet? Not yet, no. I think it's a really cool idea, actually. A lot of people are like, it's Borgified, and I don't like that. It's like, yeah, well, whatever. It's fine. I think they're perfect for cosplayers that are kind of for on the cheap, even though it's $120 for the set of the phaser rifle and the hand phaser. But you get that, you paint it, it's got a paintable plastic. You can use it as a prop in a fan film. You can throw it. Like, I'm always afraid when I see people throwing their phasers in fan films or even in a show. That's like, hopefully that's a rubber one, because I wouldn't want to throw any of my phasers around and have them break. So I think the Nerf things are cool that way. I also like the idea of you can load a couple of darts in each one and just and they're orange, so it looks like it's. I think that's fine. I think it's cool. The Borgifiedness of it doesn't really bother me. I just wish it was a different color. I wish it wasn't the white that they have them. But again, easy enough to paint. I would like to get them. I probably won't, but I would like to get them. I think they're kind of cool. Is it possible Riker's Luna Titan was destroyed during the Mars attack in the 2380s? Anything's possible, man. Trek or not, to be fair, Harry never seemed like command officer material. He made a lot of goofs and mistakes and was easily misled. That's not a lie. Rachel says, I saw it and went to unsee that a furry version of Jennifer. I saw it and I went to unsee that a furry version of Jennifer. Yes, we got a werewolf Jennifer. So yeah. The Harry Kim that got home is also weirdly a duplicate since the original Kim was blown out into space and died. I know, but we don't talk about that. That's sad. Rachel said, yeah, I told mom and my assistant principal. I'm freaking out. Emperor Crusher, the name says it all. He will crush the Emperor. He will crush himself and fail. The secondary hull in the front looks a lot like the Vengeance. For the new Titan. Okay, I can see why you'd say that, but it's very vague shape-wise the same. It's similar, but yeah, I want to say no on that one. Everyone at my school would probably start freaking out if they play STO. Wow, Flunky says, Anthony, the Shangri-La, I believe, was designed long before the Kelvin timeline was made. Yeah, I was going to say that when we were just talking about that, but then I'm like, I'm not quite sure of the dates, so I didn't want to say it, but... Fire at will. Wheaton, yes. Mark says, as much as I hate it, Emperor Crusher does, in a weird way, make sense. Cody says, I'm embarrassed that I just recently found out about Resurgence. Don't be embarrassed. They haven't done a good job marketing it at all. It's surprising anybody knows about it or haven't forgotten about it because they haven't been releasing the updates. They haven't really talked about it. Jonathan, I thought the beatboxing was a gag until they did it between every segment. Yeah, don't remind me about that. SC Scout Guy says, so is Riker going to be the captain of the new Titan with 7 as the XO and Picard will be the flag officer serving aboard? No. Riker will not be the captain of the new Titan. That's my call. That's my guess, anyway. Not quite sure who it's going to be. Fleet Pow, I can do without the F. Not a fan of the Odyssey class. Oh, you don't like the Enterprise F? It's fair. Sidebar, the Quantum Leap trailer dropped today. Did it? Cool. Wow, Flunky, like, wait, what? They're redoing Quantum Leap? Yes. It's been in talks for years, and we've got images, we've got, yeah, it's a thing that's happening. They're redoing Highlander as well with Henry Cavill. Cavill? With the Witcher guy and Superman. They're redoing Highlander. But on the topic of the Emperor Crusher, I will crush that smug mirror universe to the ground with my Odyssey tactical cruiser with agony phaser. Okay. I'm afraid they will destroy it. Don't it's a trap. Yeah, I can see them destroying it. Anyway, Prodigy's coming back. Prodigy, October 27th. So right after Lower Decks, which is fantastic. Super excited for Prodigy. They've really been blowing us away with how well their stories are told. We did get a preview. We saw the Dauntless chasing the Protostar. It seems like an evil Janeway on the Dauntless. I could be mistaken, but she doesn't sound like nice Janeway. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm super excited for Prodigy coming back. I'm so glad we got word. So what's next in the pipeline? And we get Picard, of course. I haven't watched the Strange New Worlds segment yet. God damn. They showed us a scene or a clip from season 2. I haven't watched it yet, unfortunately. We were doing our live when it was on, and I just haven't gone back to watch it. So, season 2, I'm telling you. They also showed some behind the scenes of Discovery. And Mary Wiseman, listen, I love you. I think you're great. What the fuck are you doing with your hair? I love red curly hair, but the styles you put it in, I don't know if you realize how that looks. You don't look good. Go back to your season 1, season 2 hairstyle. You look so much better. Just a small little thing that I noticed. I don't know. I really want to get on those sets. I want to get on this Discovery sets in Toronto because they're like just down the street, kind of. About an hour and a half away. Man, oh man. Good, very dry throat. The Highlander reboot seems to be like Star Trek 4 to me. There have been talks about it for years. Yes, that's true, but it seems to be moving along now. SC Scout Guy, it seems like casting Carol Kane as Chief Engineer Pella for Strange New World Season 2 is kind of weird. She is 70 years old. She's 70? What the hell, man? That is weird. Sorry, but that's weird. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. It might be one of those things they just get a new engineer, the engineer dies by the end of the season. Get a new engineer, engineer dies by the end of the season. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, along comes Scotty. It's a possibility. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're going to kill off another chief engineer, Sparktastic. I'm really surprised the amount of people that aren't talking about the season 3 Picard trailer. If you haven't watched our live from earlier, go check it out. It was only about an hour and a half because obviously the Star Trek Day Live was still on. Excuse me. We kind of had to rush to get it out. And I also had to leave because I had to pick up a wardrobe. Anyway, regardless, go check it out. It was actually really good. Great turnout, a lot of engagement. People were super chatting. It was a fantastic discussion. And thanks to Samuel and his premiere, we brightened up all those scenes because they're so dirty and dark and muddy looking. It's just a disgusting looking show for the cinematography alone. It's like brighten things up, guys. We want bright Star Trek. Not everything has to be so dark and dour, like from the writing to the tone to the acting to the cinematography to the set design. It doesn't have to be dark and depressing. Please, for the love of Christ, just give us Star Trek. You walk on the set and the bridge is beautifully lit and it's like, this is nice. Sorry, bit of a tangent there. So Fleet Paw throws in $5. What that whistle of yours, dry throats are the worst, almost as bad as my crazy exes. Ozzy said she was in the movie License to Drive back in the mid-80s. I remember that movie kind of. I need to go back and watch it. That's one I haven't seen in a long time, but yeah, License to Drive. Very typical 80s movie. Project Achiever said, I watched the earlier live. General Grievous, why does it feel like Carol Kane belongs on Lower Decks instead of live action? Wow, Flunky, New Titan, Shangri-La class, fast cruiser, per Bill Krause, if I recall correctly. Thought that might have changed since he first made it and made the Orthos. No, it's his design, and he's working on the show. So he did the redesign for the Titan A, which is based on the Shangri-La, but it's slightly different. Liam says, I went to saw the director's cut of Wrath of Khan in theater tonight. Awesome. I missed it in theater. I saw it last time it was in theaters, which is a few years ago. But that's awesome. Great way to end Star Trek Day for you. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Brian says, yeah, they are really so desperate that they had to bring back a Connie refit to try to lure back the old school Trek fans. Oh, are they really so desperate? Well, it's not a Connie refit. It's a totally different class of ship, and it's actually a new build. It's built around the same time as the Stargazer from season 2 of Picard was. So... SC Scout Guy, the secondary hull of the new Titan reminds me a tiny bit of the Andorian battlecruiser from Enterprise. I can see why you'd say that, yes. Yes, absolutely. I'd love to see new bridge, just not littered by LED panel spam. Also, when I see Carol King, I think of the Princess Bride. Liar, liar, liar. Wasn't Carol King also in Scrooged? Didn't she play the ghost of Christmas Present? Oh, and I got you. Oh, look, it's a toaster. I missed it in theaters. Twisted my ankle in a gopher hole the day before. Oh, man. What the hell? Sack ball. Leaving this here, if it hasn't already been mentioned, prequel to Star Trek II. Ratch of Khan. You spelled Khan wrong. It's Khan, not Khn. Sorry. Whew. What a day it's been, guys. I'm really surprised. We have 70 people here, which is awesome. 52 likes. Again, awesome. Hit that like button if you haven't. I'm really surprised by the lack of discussion about anything new today. Nobody's talking about the Prodigy thing. Nobody's talking about Lower Decks, their mid-season, having the Constitution, the Sovereign class swoop in to save the day, the Wayfarer. I'm really surprised that nobody's talking about this stuff. I really need to finish watching the rest of the live. I watched most of it. Missed probably the last quarter of it because I didn't have a chance to watch it all. But there were some odd choices made for today's Star Trek Day, I gotta say. That's all I'll say. And I was getting annoyed. There's a lot going on this afternoon in my day, and I waited like 20 minutes before the live started, just listening to the chat, and some of the people in there were quite irritating, honestly. But Trek Culture showed up. Trek Central was there. Jesse Gender was there. Tex Trek was there. There was a bunch of Trek people in there. Sean Ferrick showed up. Yes, I know I said Trek Culture, but somebody else was using the Trek Culture account, and Sean Ferrick showed up under his own account. I was using the Trekyards account. Samuel showed up under his own account. So that kind of annoyed me, some of the stupid comments. And then once the live started, it got even worse, just kind of bashing the hosts and stuff. And it's like, that's not needed. It's not needed. It's not appreciated. So I got annoyed and just stopped reading the live chat. But anyway, I'm just saying, it's been a weird day for me. And then kind of got piled on that I had to go get this. Had to borrow a SUV from Sylvia's mom, and then I had to go get this, pick up this wardrobe thing that we still have to assemble, and it's heavy as fuck. I had to take it downstairs, and it's been a day. It's been a day and a half. So I'm sorry if I've come across as tired, but I am tired. I just want to talk about the new Trek. So if any of you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, things you saw, things you want to talk about in today's Star Trek Day Live, please let me know, because I want to talk about them. Happy and sad. There we go. Let's see. I'd love to see bridge designs that aren't cathedrals precise when space is at a premium in space. She was in the movie Men in Tights, says Ozzy. Project Chiva. Ooh, there's a screening of Star Trek 2 tomorrow in Toronto. Ooh. Wow, Flunky. Great musical that was, Ozzy. We are men. Manly men. It's one of Sylvia's favorite movies, actually. She's got it memorized. Writing on phone, so spelling mistake isn't on me. Yeah. The last 3 people I've corrected about how they spell con said the same thing. Fleet Pass said, I did. You didn't read it. Sovereign comes in to save the day. Fuck yes. Well, I can't read all the chats. The California class is pretty tough to take shots from a Valdor class. USS Wayfarer, NCC 80035. Sweet. Yeah. I loved in today's episode of Lower Decks, by the way, where the crew of the the name of the other ship is on the tip of my tongue. The can't remember. Anyway, the Carlsbad. Thank you. USS Carlsbad. Yes, thank you. They think that the Cerritos is like the Enterprise of the support ships. I thought that was great. Honestly, today's episode of Lower Decks was just kind of meh for me. Samuel said it's his favorite of this season. I disagree. It was just kind of meh for me, just like last week. There wasn't a lot going on. We got Leah Brahms back, which was fantastic. We got to see Kukulkan again. Kukulkan was in the animated Star Trek the Animated Series, so that was cool. Poor Stevens getting turned to stone and having his arms break off. That's rough, man. But better than the guy that's getting his toes digested and had his foot cut off. So I mean, take the good with the bad, I guess. What else happened? Jennifer, the Andorian in a bikini, and the Mariner calling her babe. Cool. The Rock. Tandy's story wasn't that great, honestly. I think it was missing something, like a realization moment that those anomaly scans she took from the Rock matched Starfleet signatures. Would have been great if she was doing some other sciencey thing for part of her science thing and she realized that the readings matched. That would have been great. One small little scene added in there would have been fantastic. It's kind of missing something in my opinion. But overall, not a bad episode by any stretch of the imagination, just not one of my favorite. So for anyone in Toronto, Kingsway Theatre in Etobicoke has a 9 p.m. Star Trek II Discovery Director's Cut screening. $16. Well, there you go. If you're in Toronto, there you go. Go see Star Trek 2. Anthony Triana. I don't think Janeway pursuing the Protostar being evil. I just think she wants the Protostar back. Yes, could be. 100% could be. It just seemed a little bit too dark. But yeah, I can understand her wanting the Protostar back. So Jennifer and Tendy. Rawr. Yeah, hold on, I forgot I had a new iPad so I could actually check something. All right, that's cool. Mark that as unread. Cool. Yeah, I'm super impressed with my new IBM. My God, I have it. Sorry, my brain. My new iPad Pro, 12.9 inch. Look at the size of this thing. Got a really funky keyboard case with it too. It's very nice. My old iPad was so slow. Anyway, so yeah, do you like my wallpaper? It's pretty fancy. Sorry. Back to the matter at hand. Watching the clip, the Protostar appeared to be infected, if I understood it right. Yes, if they answered the hail from the other ship, it would transfer to the other ship via the communications array, I guess, and infect the other ship. So, Aaron says, look like some scale issues between the Dauntless and the Protostar too. We'll have to see. It could be the case. Janeway's uniform with the black lower arm sleeves made her seem evil for some reason. Maybe. I do like that uniform though. It's a good looking uniform on her. Warp tunnel chase or yeah, it's like seriously. Aaron says, evening Captain, finally found you live. Already liked the video. Well, thank you. Welcome to the live. Grant says, okay, just finished Lower Decks. What did I miss? I wasn't actually talking about Lower Decks tonight. If you look at the name of this live and the thumbnail, I'm talking about Star Trek Day content, Picard trailer, the Lower Decks mid-season scene, the Protostar. Oh my God, I'm so tired. The Prodigy, the Prodigy clip that we saw. Lots of great new stuff. And Nicholas Meyer. Nicholas Meyer is great. I saw Nicholas Meyer at Wonderfest this year. A lot shorter than I expected, but a great guy. He signed my Star Trek 6 script. He signed a bunch of my Sherlock Holmes books that he wrote. 7% Solution, West End Horror. There's like 2, and I bought 3 of his other books. This is one of them here. Actually, I got one right here. Shit, son. Yeah, The Return of the Pharaoh by Nicholas Meyer. Had him sign this to me. Stuart, best wishes, Nicholas Meyer. And then he also signed right there. Great guy. I could listen to Nicholas Meyer talk for hours. Super smart, super educated, so very articulate. But he announced that he's doing and they'd been talking about this for years now, that Nicholas Meyer went off to do his con spin-off thing or whatever, and nothing ever came of it. So he showed up today and he's like, yeah, we're doing it. We have scripts written. We're doing like a podcast style, so kind of like an audio drama, I guess. They've done testing of it. And so it's called SETI Alpha 5. It's about the 15 years that Khan was on SETI Alpha 5 and all the things that happened to him. I don't know how long it's going to be. I didn't hear that part. But it is going to be cool to actually get more Khan content. Sorry. So that was cool as well. Jeff W., I have the iPad Pro 2, got it last summer. It's nice. And I also got the pencil, which is fucking great. I love this. Garrett Roten puts in $5. Thank you so much. The new starship in Picard looks cool. Different design. Old class ship or new? Can't wait to see it in action. It looks like an old style, but it's actually just they've gone back to an older style, like a retro styling of starships. From what I've heard, that new Titan was built around the same time as the new Stargazer that we got in season 2. So it's a newer build. General Grievous, it's ironic. Years ago, Janeway was chasing the Dauntless on board Voyager in Slipstream. Now she's chasing another Slipstream ship, but on the Dauntless. Not the same Dauntless, but yes. Fleet Paw, I see what you did there. Content. Again, you misspelled Khan. It's Khan, not Kahn. Trek or not, that ship being a new build makes me sad. Why? There's a reason for it looking like that, which they're going to get into. Don't worry, man. They're going to explain all of it. Why it's the Titan A. What happened to the Titan? They're going to explain that stuff. So don't be worried about that. A lot of people are like all up in arms about this shit, and it's like not only do I have faith, but I've heard things, and I know that they kind of have a plan. I'm 90% sure. Only 90% sure now that season 3 of Picard is going to be very well done and put together and actually make sense. So hopefully they don't drop the ball on that one, but anything can happen. Who knows? I hope to see more new retro-styled starships next season. You will, I promise. Project Achieva. I've never seen any TOS film on the big screen. I think I'll go watch Star Trek 2 tomorrow in the theater. Go do it. It's worth it. It's a different experience. Fleet Paw says, autocorrect has ducked me over a lot recently. Ducking autocorrect. SC Scout Guy. Stewart has faith of the heart. Season 3 will be done right. I do. Like I said, I'm 90% certain that's going to be fantastic. 58 people here, 68 likes. That's pretty great. Super chats are kind of light, but that's all right. Kind of expect that on these late night ones, unless I'm drinking for shots. Like if you're doing super chats for shots, I usually do pretty well. But yeah, don't really feel like doing that tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of getting burned out here, guys. Bring me topics. Tell me things to talk about. I need to also open a window and get it cool it off in here a bit. It's a little bit on the warm side in here for some reason. And thank you that most of you haven't said a goddamn thing about the Queen. Yes, it's very sad. She was an old lady, had a great reign, did a lot for her country. Sad that she's passed on. We got King Charles III now, and that's fine. But so many people earlier today were like, I'm sorry for your loss. And it's like, what? Ask any Canadian. Are you upset that the Queen died? They'd be like, oh, it's sad that anybody dies, but sure, she's on our money. I don't know why anymore. It's not necessary. We're not like directly under their rule. So yeah, it's a shitty day. That kind of tempered the day a little bit, hearing that she passed away, but I don't know. Ooh, let's see. When does your Nerf phaser rifle arrive? I haven't ordered one. Vintage computer custodian. Literally made bacon and eggs on toast for lunch. Loaded up YouTube, and oh my god, there was season 3 trailer. The captain is streaming. Woot. Aw, man, thank you. Was the ship turning towards the Titan about to make chase? Probably. Probably. I think they're probably stealing the Titan. Eric Stewart, long live Star Trek. I'm so excited about all of the Star Trek content coming our way. SC Scout Guy, well, we got a still of Michael Burnham on what looked like a snowmobile. Oh, for fuck's sakes, yes. Star Trek, Mad Max edition. What the fuck? Why did they show that? I was like, ugh, really? That was depressing. I'm sorry, but fucking Discovery, get your shit together. You're on season 5. For the love of God. Grant McGregor, I just saw the Picard trailer. I do not like the refit of the Titan. Grant, it's not a refit. It's a new ship. It's a Shangri-La class ship based on Bill Krause's original design. It's the Titan A. It is not a refit. The Titan either got destroyed or, like I said earlier, decommissioned. And for some reason, they had to add the letter after the fucking registry to make it the A. It's fine. It is what it is. But it's not a refit. It's a brand new ship. Mina says, is it just me or did the Titan in Picard season 3 look like the lower decks Titan? Doesn't look like the lower deck. It doesn't, because it's not the same ship. Guys, yes, we've seen the Titan in lower decks. It is a Luna class. It is Riker's ship. Picard's quite a few years after lower decks. So Riker's no longer a captain. He was in retirement in season 2 on a planet with Troy and their kid. He's not a captain anymore. Which means, as I said, the Titan was either destroyed or decommissioned. Maybe passed to a new captain. Then it got destroyed or decommissioned. I don't know. Either way, it's not his ship anymore. So, yes, it looks different because it's a different ship. This is a different time. I wish they would have named it something else, though. It's causing so much confusion. People are like, wow, they have no respect for canon. That looks nothing like the Titan or the Titan from Lower Decks. It's like, it's not the same ship. That's why. Discovery season 4 was a bit, yeah, that's a good way. That's being generous. It was a bit boring. I'll agree. Ryan K. Shangri-La class. Fleet Paw. Would you like to share our Shangri-La Bill Krause episode link again? Shangri-La class is a great class of ship designed by Bill Krause, who's now working on Star Trek Picard season 3. That's one of his designs, and there's another one, at least, in season 3 of Picard that's one of his designs. No problem, Grant. Who do you think the new female villain is going to be in Picard? What species? Thoughts? I think it might be Sela, honestly. I mean, Denise Crosby said she's coming back as Tasha. We'll see how that plays out. But I have a feeling she might be the baddie. Might be Sela. Why a new Titan that looks older than the lower decks Titan? All right, I'm going to get so sick of talking about the Titan. I already am. Starfleet's just gone in a new design aesthetic, more of a retro look. They've gone back to the older style ships, because after the Sovereign with the oval kind of saucer, things started getting pointy. The Intrepid, you've got the multi-vector assault mode guy. What the hell's that one? God damn, my brain is not working. The Prometheus, that's it. They all get arrowhead shapey, and the showrunners and designers wanted to take it back a step and have the new design aesthetic be more of the old design aesthetic, more round saucers, more of that original look. So that's what they did. And I think it's a great choice. We really appreciate that choice, actually. So good on them. Is it cool to have Billy Campbell back as a good in the Prodigy trailer? Sure, yes. Old Atari gamer, I can't get through an episode without nodding off. Episode of Discovery? I don't blame you. Trekyards, Titan A built from reserve parts. Ryan K. Seems weird to me that some people don't realize that more than one ship can carry a name. Yeah, well, they can't have the same name at the same time in the same fleet. Like in TOS, the Defiant was a Constitution class ship. In DS9, the Defiant was the little warship that could. So yes, names get transferred all the time. When a ship gets destroyed, a new ship will get its name. Usually it gets a different registry number, though. If they keep the name and the registry number together, then the registry number gets an A after it, or a B, or a C, or whatever. So, yeah. Grant McGregor, the ultimate pointy was the Wells class. Oh, the time ship? I wouldn't say it's pointy. I mean, it is pointy, but it's a different design aesthetic somewhat. I had no problem with that one. Aaron says, I can't imagine decommissioning a ship so soon. Either the Titan was destroyed or the Luna class had some kind of catastrophic design flaw, but since Luna class was part of the Picard Season 2 fleet. Yeah, the Titan probably got destroyed. There you go. Ryan K, obviously not at the same time. Yes. Jeff W, maybe the Luna class had tech flaws and decommissioned the class. I doubt that very much. Yeah. Trekyards says the Wells class was a dedicated time ship, so probably different than the rest of the fleet. Yeah. SC Scout Guy, so I'm guessing that they are going to go through the portal that was created at the end of Season 2. Probably not. You're probably not going to see that portal again, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that it's not going to show up. Star Fox, I'm broke at the moment. No super chats from me. I do love Lower Decks, though. Very Trek. And very funny. No problem. Don't worry about the super chats, but yes, Lower Decks is great. Cody Michaels, I gave up on Disco on Season 3, I think it was. More power to those who like it. Jonathan, the actress for Michael Burnham seems so much more interesting in real life than the character. They should write her more like that. Discovery gives me headaches. Should come with that health one. Yes, Sonequa Martin Green is fantastic and nothing like Michael Burnham, which is sad because, you know, I feel bad for her because she does get a lot of hate for her character, being a Mary Sue or whatever. And it's like, that's how she's written, that's how she's told to act it, that's how she's directed. It's not her fault. So, yeah. And unfortunately, you gotta separate the art from the artist a lot of times, and won't even mention the giant conduit or the Borg. Sonequa is awesome. Burnham is droll and boring. Star Fox, Picard Season 3 can only get better. It was a show. It was a shot show so far. Oh, a shit show. Yes. Well, guys, I'm going to ask you guys to spam the chat right now with, did you watch all of the live Star Trek Day events? Just a yes or no. I wanted to get a kind of consensus of who's seen it and who hasn't, because I'm really surprised at the lack of discussion on the things that were shown, because there was some fantastic stuff shown. So, and did you sit through the whole thing? That's also important. Because I was like, I watched the whole thing. Well, most of it. I missed like the last little bit. Unfortunately, I have to go back and watch it. But I'm sitting there going, for fuck's sakes. It should be, hi, welcome to Star Trek Day. Glad to see you all. Thanks for beaming in. Live long and prosper, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's get to our first exciting piece of news. This is the new Picard Season 3 trailer. Whew. Play the trailer. Come back. Wasn't that great? Everybody's excited for this. You know, Season 3 is going to be the last season of Picard. It's going to go out with a bang. Next up, we've got Prodigy. Do you remember Prodigy? Yeah, we're getting the second half of Season 1. When? October 27th. It's going to be streaming. So please, check this out. Prodigy clip. Come back from that and be like, hey guys, wasn't that fantastic? So, anybody enjoying Lower Decks out there? Lower Decks is pretty great. Mike McMahon's doing a great job. So is Tawny Newsome and all the rest of the crew. They're doing a fantastic job on that show. And who wants to see a mid-season teaser? Well, here you go. Like, fucking move on with it. It doesn't have to be 2 hours long. We're on the purple carpet. In half an hour, our Picard panel will start. What are you at a fucking Comic-Con? You don't need a panel. If you're going to do that, do it for a live audience, record it, and then release that. It's wasted my time. I wasted so much time waiting for that fucking previews and trailers. That's all I wanted to see. Yes, it's great to get the little information, the little facts. But goddamn, man. Such a waste of my fucking time. And I was in a bad mood to top it off, and I just got madder and madder and madder the more I watched the fluff and the fucking DJ. And it's like, just fucking show me the shit. Although I gotta say, it was really sad to see Kenneth Mitchell, I think that's his name, in the wheelchair. He was in Discovery, he played Klingon, he played a science officer. He's got, I think is it muscular dystrophy? Some degenerative disease. Now he's like got a breathing tube. He's got a computer like Stephen Hawking. He had pre-recorded answers to the questions, and he can select them with his eyes, just like Stephen Hawking. But it was so sad seeing his deterioration over the years, and it's been so fast. Oh my God, it upset me actually, because he's a very talented guy, and he was clicking the wrong answers. And you could tell he was embarrassed about it. ALS, there you go, ALS. It was just so sad. And I'm thinking, dude, that's fucking Pike, man. Stuck in the chair. At least he can say more than yes and no. But goddamn, that made me sad. And I'm like, I don't need to be sad. Sitting here watching Star Trek stuff, like Star Trek news, like just get on with it. Anyway, sorry, I went on a rant there. All right, so yes, no, or no, just the trailers. That's how you do it. That's how I do it every other year. This year I decided to watch the whole thing. Yes, some of it. No, some of it. No, was at work. No, not yet. No, internet was acting up today. Is it on YouTube? Yes, it's on YouTube. On Paramount Plus channel. CCAP needed to host. Yeah, their hosts are always fucking awful too. I love Mary Shifo, but she was really. At least the hosts were better than last year. I watched the first like couple minutes of last year's, and I'm like, I'm fucking out. I'm done. I'm just gonna wait for the trailers to show up, because I can't. This year was a bit better, but my God. Stuart, you were literally describing the network TV fall previews they used to do in the late 80s. They would have previews for all the shows that season. Oh, there you go. Perfect. I like the tribute to Nichelle Nichols. Mine was better, though, but I'm biased. Fleet Paw, you did a fantastic job on that. Go check out the views on that. Let me know, because I haven't checked in a while, but it was pretty high. Go let me know the views on that Nichelle Nichols thing you did. Aaron, Prodigy needs way more episodes if it's supposed to be geared towards children. Episodes need to be more adventure, not some overarching story. Disagree. I think you're doing a great job on Prodigy. It's not for children, as much as everyone wants to think it is. So, disagree with you. But yes, they need more episodes, and they got 20 per season, so that's great. Discovering Picard is a waste of time. Picard season 3 won't be. There's going to be a lot of good stuff in Picard season 3. Discovery. Kenneth Mitchell has ALS. It's a terrible. Yes. Cody Michaels, where is the chase and how do we cut to it? Exactly. Jeff W., I was only thinking about the decommission theory because the U.S. Navy did that with a group of littoral combat ships recently. Commission. There you go. Could be maybe something like that. Star Fox, been a while since I was at a live. How is the Camaro? I mean the Camaro? It's fine. Needs a good waxing. Like I've got paint haze because back then they didn't put clear coat on. So I have not waxed it this year. I need to wax it. Unfortunately, where it's parked in the driveway, it's in the sun most of the day, and you can't really. Other than that, it's great. It's running fantastic. It's fun to drive. A little bit expensive, but gas prices aren't too bad right now. Actually, they've gone down quite a bit. So, yeah, it's great. Thank you for asking. Much appreciated. Grant McGregor, have the Doctor and Data in wise ass mode be the host next year. Banter and sarcasm to the max. Yes. Mina, Prodigy is for us, not for children. Fleetpaw says 33,000 views on that video. Awesome. You made that video. You got 33,000 views, man. You should be proud of yourself. Get some compound, bro. I've got some expensive compound, and I got a nice electric buffer and everything, man. But that takes time. It takes so much time, and I just don't have the time. And I don't want to be doing it in the hot sun. So, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I need somebody, I'd pay somebody to fucking come and do it and just detail it up. I would appreciate that immensely. So, 78 Datsun, 280Z, nice. Nice, only a year older than mine. My Camaro, that is. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to tap out, I think. Just feeling a little bit spent. Plus, I was up super early the last 3 days and didn't get much sleep each night. So it's kind of catching up with me. So, and I got filming to do tomorrow because we're going to have a lot of edited content coming out of this Star Trek Day stuff. So much stuff to do. So much stuff to do. Yeah. So I'm probably going to call it quits for tonight. It's not as long as usual. We're only at like coming up on an hour and a half. But I'm sorry. My brain's not functioning. I don't think I'm being articulate at all. So it's probably better to just put down the YouTube and go get some rest. And I feel bad. I really do. I still need to do a first reaction to the latest episode of Lower Decks. I kind of talked about it in this live, which is fine. But I think on the weekend, when I'm more conscious and more cognitive, I'll be able to actually do a live and actually talk to you guys about this in much more detail. Plus, we'll know more facts then. There's still a lot of little things coming out about what we saw today. It's probably better just to wait on some of it, but I really wanted to jump on here tonight, and instead of doing the first reaction to the Lower Decks episode, to just come on here and talk about the new almost said Star Wars, Star Trek Day stuff, because there was a lot of it. I was really impressed with the content when it wasn't surrounded by shit, and unfortunately it was surrounded by a lot of shit. I'm really excited for the podcast, SETI Alpha 5, for Con. That'll be great. Prodigy, super excited for. That's October 27th, right after Lower Decks. So boom, right smooth into that for us, which is awesome. And then, yeah, February 16th, I think 16th or 17th is Picard. Also, oh my God, I can keep forgetting. Not this weekend, but the weekend after is London Comic Con. And I'm going to be there with the TOS Captain's Chair. So if you're in the London, Ontario area, please stop by, get your picture in the Captain's Chair, come meet me. I'll probably have some Eagle Moss ships to sell. Eagle Moss, everybody. Who wants some? I'll have some of those. I'm also going to be hosting the panel. Robert Picardo is there, the doctor from Voyager. I'm going to be emceeing his panel and get to hang out with him on stage and ask questions, and it should be a good time. So if you're in the London, Ontario area, please stop by, say hi, and join me. That's the 17th and 18th of September. So yeah, it'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Dreading it at the same time. I always dread public, speaking, but hey, it is what it is. It's fun. It's fun while you're in it, and after the fact, you're like, I want more. But leading up to it, it's always a pain in the ass. So, anyway, I think that's all I have to talk about right now. Organize your Star Trek Day questions for my next live, and we will talk about them in more detail. Because I really feel bad. I feel like I'm letting you guys down by kind of ducking out early here and just not really being at my best. So, but anyway. Have you reached out to Rob? Red Letter Media, you and Mike. We'd like to talk to Red Letter Media. We were in one of their videos. At least a lot of our thumbnails were. So, don't feel bad, Stuart. We appreciate all you do. Go get some rest, buddy. Thank you, SC Scout guy. You're fine, Stuart. You gotta go. You gotta do you, and we understand. Just remember, don't make fun of the Queen while you're over there. No, London, Ontario. It's in London, Ontario. It's in my hometown. London, Ontario Comic Con. London, Ontario, man. Good night, Captain. Great to be able to see you live. Damn time zones. Well, good to see you, Vintage Computer Custodian. I'm sorry you can't catch me more often. Again, that's another reason I feel bad for ducking out and not being on my game tonight. So, Titan looks like free TNG. Everybody needs a break. Well, thank you. All right, on that note, I think I'll go. But thank you so much for joining me. Have yourselves a great night. And tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our complete review and breakdown of the latest episode of Lower Decks. Mining the mind's mind. Minding the mind's mind. I forget the episode title. Anyway, something like that. So, until then, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Catch you later.